Welcome to Chaos Poultry Farm. Today we are looking at day 5, 6, and 7 of our brooding process. And in our day 5, we didn't experience much differences from the other days. Our chicks are very healthy and they're very strong and they're going on very well. They're eating and drinking and sleeping very well, and we have nothing to complain about. And today, during our day 5 and 6, we are going to check the chicks that need some help. And here we go around and look at all the chicks in the brooder, and we sort out, or we pick the ones that we think look weak if they don't run when we come near them, or the ones that just show a sign of weakness. The other thing that we're looking at is that we have chicks that have a bit of blocked behinds, where there's a lot of droppings hanging, and they dry and they block it, which means that this actually can block the chick and stop it from doing its toilet, and this can lead to death. And so we pick these chicks, like you can see here, and we take a little cloth with a little warm water and we clean it up. So we just wipe it with water slowly and very carefully until it drops off and the chick gets very well. So we've been finding quite a number of these chicks, and every day we treat them. The first time when we noticed them, we had around 100 of them that needed to be cleaned, and the number has reduced to maybe 2 or 3 by day 5 and 6. And we don't really know the cause of this sort of dryness, but we have realized that we've had quite high temperatures in the brooder. Since we were trying to keep temperatures of 33 degrees, at times it would go higher. If the day is very hot, then it would go higher than 33, maybe to 35. And this was very, very hot for the chicks. And I think this was dehydrating them. So we have decided to not put the temperatures that high. The other thing that we have decided to do is to open up for ventilation, because of course, if the place is very, very stuffy, then this can also be a problem. And so we are opening up the windows and actually pulling up the curtains so that the air can circulate inside. The other thing that we've done in day 5 and 6 is to remove the brooder paper. The brooder paper was quite messy, so we had to remove and throw it away. So we folded it very carefully so that no droppings dropped on the wood shavings. Then we put it very nicely in a bag and took it very far away from the farm and burnt it to make sure that if there were any viruses, they wouldn't come back to our flock. And so here we are just continuing to clean them up. We're looking for them, then we clean them up, and it looks very good. So by the time we come to day 6, we have almost nothing left. We've cleaned all of them, and no new ones have come. And if you check our brooder, you can see that the curtains are up, and there's light coming in. Since yesterday, 1 a.m., it was raining very heavily, and the lights went off. So that means that around 1 o'clock at night, the birds were in darkness. And we came with some few lamps that we have, and we tried to put some light inside, but it wasn't so much, and it wasn't enough for the whole brooder. And this meant that there might have been a bit of stampede. There was maybe some birds that could not eat and drink, and this also can cause this type of problem, that the birds could not see the water. And so they got this sort of dry back where they are closed, because it's a bit too difficult or too hard to go to the toilet. But now it's daytime and we don't need light because we've opened all the windows and the curtains. So we are using daylight, and we hope that the electricity will come back very soon. And so what we can say is that in day 5, we experienced one mortality. That was in day 5. And in day 6, we experienced 2 mortalities. So that was 3 mortalities total in those 2 days. And then we go to day 7. And day 7 is where we are marking 1 week of our chicks. And usually when you get these chicks, you're supposed to weigh them the first day that you get them. And when we weighed them, they were between 24 grams to 32 grams. And then after 1 week, we are supposed to weigh them again to see if they have reached their target weight. And the target weight after 1 week, that is after 7 days, is just around 60 grams. And so today is day 7, and after we finish catching the ones that need help, we shall weigh them and see how much they weigh. And so we'll be showing you later on how we are going to do this as we proceed. But let's first catch them and try to clean them up. They are quite difficult to catch because they run very fast, and also that you have to be very careful not to step on the other ones. You can see we have put our water drinkers, which are full of water, which has vitamin and the paraffin. You can see there, the temperature right now is 33.6. That is quite high, and that's why we have this sort of dehydration. And therefore, we will try to keep our temperature a bit lower than this. You can see that, and you can actually have it in an app in your phone, and you can always monitor it from your house, so that it's much easier. So what we're going to do now is just to open the windows. Make sure that the windows are open so there is a bit of aeration, and that will help the temperatures to come down, and it will cool the chicks also. Yeah, so that's what it is. We have that 3.3, which is actually showing on the smart thermometer, and it's showing also on the telephone. So it's very, very accurate and no problem. At the same time, we can actually check the movements of the chicks from our little camera that we've hung around. And so we can also check that on the phone to see how the chicks are behaving. At times, it's actually good to check the temperature using the behavior of the chicks. Like you can see now, they're spread all over the brooder. Some are hanging on the side. You see, they're hanging on the side, and none is near the heat stoves. So there we can actually check how they are spread in the brooder from home or from wherever you are. You don't have to actually go into the brooder to see that. You can see it from very far. You can see the temperature and the humidity, and you can actually then go to the brooder and change it. And you can see that they're moving away from the heat source. Day 7, weighing day. So we pick one little chick and we are going to weigh it so that we see how much it weighs. There we are. 70 kilos. No, sorry. 70 grams. Very good. Excellent. Target met. And here we are. We see that we should get about 60 grams. And you can see we have 77, 79, 66, 61, 77. And we are actually above our figure, which is very good. The target is between 60 and 70 grams. And so we have met that target. At the same time, we have a report book. This is a book that we write every day. What is happening in the brooder, what we are doing in the brooder, so that we can just have a summary of every day, how many mortalities we have, the temperatures, what we've done, if the electricity went off, if we open the windows, if we close the windows. And it's usually very good for us. It works very good for us.